Coming up, it's been 2 months since the dissolvement of the UTRGV Faculty Senate. We'll give you the update ahead of the Board of Regents meeting later this week.
At this point, there's no comparable alternative.
Plus, graduation regalia gets a new look as UTRGV partners with a new manufacturer and supplier.
And UTRGV Volleyball had its final home game of the season, ending with another broken record.
KVAQ-TV starts now.
Good morning, Vaqueros. I'm Dayton Trevino.
And I'm Desiree Villanueva. Today is Monday, November 17th, and this is the 12th fall edition of KVAQ-TV.
At the top,
Faculty Senates were dissolved across Texas public universities and colleges 2 months ago.
a UTRGV official is now confirming there are still no updates to share despite a Board of Regents meeting later this week. UTRGV announced the dissolution of its Faculty Senate on September 9th, leaving faculty with no major specific representation in important decision-making committees. In that same announcement, sent from the Office of the President, it was stated that the university would seek approval from the UT system to transfer the Faculty Senate's duties to a Faculty Advisory Board. A UT Board of Regents meeting is set for Wednesday and Thursday, prompting the big question, what's going to happen next? Vice President for University Marketing and Communications, Patrick Gonzalez, stated in an email sent to KVAQ-TV that UTRGV had no updates to share in regard to the Faculty Advisory Board, and the university would not present anything of that matter at the upcoming meeting. Former President of the Faculty Senate, Christopher Gabler, says the university has not reached out to him to discuss the forming of a potential advisory board, nor about the UT Board of Regents meeting. However, Gabler says that if the university does form a board, he hopes it can serve to advocate for students, faculty, and staff.
In order to represent the breadth of faculty interests and concerns, I would want those qualifications to include having faculty members that are representative of all the different sort of types of faculty we have and voices we have. They just need to be someone who has the trust of their colleagues so that their colleagues would be have the confidence to speak openly and sincerely to them and trust that they're going to do something with that information.
Gabler is also a member of the UT System Faculty Advisory Council, which is the current form of representation for faculty. He says it still does not fully represent faculty as it focuses on all institutions under the University of Texas system.
That is in no way, shape, or form equivalent to or as representative of faculty at each individual institution. But what that has allowed us to do is at least learn some things about what's going on at our peer institutions and talk to our peers here. At this point, there's no comparable alternative.
At this time, there is no current commentary on what UTRGV will present on the next UT Board of Regents meeting set in February of 2026.
As UTRGV continues its 10th anniversary celebration, a new regalia design is set for this year's graduates. Jasmine Espinosa unveils the story behind the new look.
The opportunity to change the regalia came after UTRGV's contract with its previous partner ended, bringing a new design for a new generation of future graduates.
We provide them an opportunity to acquire these items that they can feel proud of, and they're not really hurting their pockets. So that was also part of the thought behind creating the shield in the way that we did.
Take a look. The new gown for bachelor's degree students will feature an embroidered UTRGV seal and an orange trimming on the sleeves. The master's degree gown will also have an embroidered UTRGV seal and orange trimming. Additionally, it'll have an orange pinning along the front side of the gown and elongated sleeves. The doctoral degree gown will be colored gray with orange sleeve chevrons and front panels. The university seal will also be embroidered on the front panels of the gown. Executive Director of Creative Services, Roberto Castro, says the idea behind the new design was for it to be prestigious.
I probably had I want to say at least 6 concepts. And then from there, obviously, we involved a lot of people, a lot of voting and decision making, right? And then from there, we're now narrowing it down until we got to the last one, because we wanted something prestigious, but also fresh and also bold and cool.
Since UTRGV's contract with its bookstore operator, Follett Higher Education, was near its end, the university took the opportunity to contract a new regalia partner. Herff Jones, a company with manufacturing facilities across the United States, won the bid. Associate Vice President of Campus Auxiliary Services, Leti Benavides, says one of the main concerns was the financial impact for students. However, Herff Jones was able to match the prices from UTRGV's previous partner.
The second one was to Herff Jones for regalia. And it's actually a symbiotic relationship because the pricing that Herff Jones was able to offer us, that was the most important thing. I didn't want this to be a financial burden for our students. And when we selected this partner, it was with that intent.
According to Benavides, Herff Jones offers 150 annually donated gowns to UTRGV's graduating students who have financial needs or special circumstances. Castro says although some companies only offer announcements in one language, Herff Jones was willing to offer both English and Spanish.
Well, sometimes when they do the announcements of the merch that they're selling, where they can get it, it used to be only in one language. We understand that a lot of our students' families, some of them don't speak English, right? So we wanted to have the opportunity for them to also be informed and to help our students, right? For them to communicate. A lot of times the parents are the ones who help them with their regalia or to buy certain things. So that's why they're doing these announcements in both languages.
Nursing senior Gabriel Delgado says he is excited about the new design.
I liked it. I think it's more school spirit. It got the colors of the university, which I think it's really, really fun. And I don't think we need to stand out of the other schools, right? So we don't want to be generic with the whole white thing. So I think the colors of the school, like the orange and the white, that will be reflecting really good.
According to UTRGV's Guide to Graduation and Commencement website, although the newly designed regalia is encouraged to those graduating, students may still use the black regalia from previous semesters. An optional memory stool with an exclusive 10th anniversary design may also be purchased. The 10th anniversary memory stool will be available fall 2025 and spring 2026. For any information on how to rent or purchase a regalia, you can visit the Herff Jones website or your campus bookstore in Brownsville and Edinburgh. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Jasmine Espinosa.
A new data center is expected to be built in the northeastern Rio Grande Valley region next year. How is this project set to impact the region? Multimedia journalist Victor Ortega was at the site to get the details.
I am here in Santa Monica in Willacy County, where a new data center being built is expected to bring new jobs and economic growth to the region. I spoke with officers from the company behind the new center to learn more about Project KVAQ. More job opportunities are coming to the Rio Grande Valley. According to its website, Soluna is a company that turns stranded renewable energy to computing solutions for AI and Bitcoin. Soluna Chief Technology Officer Dipul Patel says the company is focused on hiring local people, with 80% of the jobs in the project being on-site.
So you really need technicians for a lot of the different roles on the Bitcoin side. We typically hire local people for those and train them up for the skills they don't have.
Data centers house computer systems where they host online services, such as servers for companies like Facebook and Microsoft. Department of Informatics and Engineering Systems professor Reynaldo Ansaldúa recalls his time experience in the growth of Silicon Valley, adding it's similar to what the RGV is now seeing. Ansaldúa says this data center could increase the visibility of the region within the tech industry.
Once you start developing clusters of data centers in places, you will bring in the supporting industries to those things.
Patel says Project KVAQ will be divided into two phases, with the first one being a cryptocurrency miner. The Financial Industry Regulatory Authority says cryptocurrency miners are computers that, through complex calculations, generate digital currency through a process called mining. The data center will host several of these miners, which were shipped to the site by its corporate owners, Galaxy. The second will be a high-performance computer center for AI operations. Ansaldúa says there is currently a big push in the industry towards these projects.
AI is rapidly becoming the thing that everybody wants to be on top of. So those particular data centers, they normally have higher power computers.
Ansaldúa shares a common concern with data centers is its environmental impact. Data centers typically consume a lot of power from the energy grid and local water. Patel says the cryptocurrency part of the project will use traditional air cooling, while the AI part will use the closed-loop water system. Ansaldúa says closed-loop systems do not consume much water like traditional water cooling systems, only replacing the liquid as needed and not continuously. The liquid for the cooling is said to be ethylene glycol water, which will be shipped to the site and not sourced locally. The National Library of Medicine says ethylene glycol is used to make antifreeze for cars. The energy powering the center will be sourced from the wind farms in the region. Patel says Willacy County was the chosen location for this very reason.
That data center is set to start mining crypto early next year. For KVAQ-TV in Santa Monica, Victor Ortega.
This week on KVAQ Sports, UTRGV Volleyball wraps up its regular season at home.
And how about an ace from Martina Franco? Vaqueros back within one.
The UTRGV Vaqueros volleyball team closed out its home season with two unforgettable matches against University of Incarnate Word with a score of 3-1, then finishing strong with a 3-0 sweep over Houston Christian University. The Vaqueros' 3-0 win over HCU marked UTRGV's 12th straight victory, the longest winning streak in program history, and with over 1,000 fans packing the fieldhouse, the Vaqueros also set new overall and average attendance records. The Vaqueros' success comes from a season defined by teamwork, resilience, and trust, a chemistry that shows on and off the court. Volleyball head coach Tal Lowry says this season has been one of growth and teamwork that's carried the Vaqueros through every match.
Awesome season here at home this year, and great crowds even again today. People just keep showing up and supporting, and it's so much fun to play here. Hats off to my girls. They always take the time after the match to really interact with fans, and I think that's what brings people back.
With the home schedule now complete, the Vaqueros shift their focus to the road, preparing for their final regular season matches and the Southland Conference Tournament. Sophomore outside hitter Martina Franco says that the mindset for the team is to have fun and enjoy building a team culture from learning off one another.
I love it. I love playing at home. It's so fun. With the girls, we are doing a very good job to take like one game at a time. I think that we know that our goal is to win conference, but I think like we always know that the most important game is the next one. Each game it's been so fun. Also, like as coach said, like everybody is like kind of playing and having time in the court, and when someone step in, it's like fun.
Up next for the Vaqueros, they're determined to carry their momentum forward and make a deep run in the postseason. The Southland Conference Tournament is a 3-day tournament that takes place November 21st to the 23rd.
Good morning, I'm Perla Cortez with your KVAQ Sports Update. The UTRGV Vaqueros football team hit the road this past weekend for its final away game of the season, taking on the McNeese Cowboys. UTRGV enters the matchup at 7-3 overall, 3-3 in Southland Conference play, looking to close out strong. In cross country, the UTRGV women's team moved up one spot in their regional rankings after competing in the NCAA South Central Regional in Fayetteville. Both squads turned in competitive performances. On the court, UTRGV Volleyball swept Northwestern State 3-0, winning sets 25-16, 25-17, and 25-12 in Southland play. In the pool, UTRGV Swimming and Diving is on the road for two meets this past weekend against Bowling Green at Cooper Pool. For more results, visit goutrgv.com. And in men's basketball, the Vaqueros fell 85-65 to Boise State, wrapping up their 3-game road trip. That's your sports update for KVAQ Sports. I'm Perla Cortez.
Last week, the UTRGV Department of Communication held its semi-annual semesterly Conversation event, featuring a special guest who shared a story of career success to students. Here's multimedia journalist Ian Juarez with the story.
Behind me is the classroom where UTRGV students attended the Conversations event hosted by the UTRGV Department of Communications in order to educate students on what benefits and programs the department offers.
Pursuing this job is going to come with a lot of ups and downs and a lot of no's, but if you keep at it and put yourself in position to get those opportunities are going to come.
KVB, I need a very special guest. So, Baltimore fans, Matthew McConaughey. Ladies and gentlemen,
The Department of Communications conversation event last Tuesday not only informed but served to inspire students from all majors. The featured guest, in-arena announcer Ray Villarreal, is a UT Austin alumni from San Antonio who is known for being an in-arena host for Monster Jam, the San Antonio Spurs, UT football, and UT basketball. Villarreal shared his story on how he made his way into center stage and how he navigated closed doors.
My biggest thing was telling people like failures are going to come with whatever you do within this job, right? It's just keep taking those swings and put yourself in those opportunities to network and know people, right? So whether you get it the first time or not, at least you're putting yourself out into the world and people are knowing who you are.
Senior Communication Studies lecturer Alyssa Cerrone explains that all majors are welcome to attend the event as it serves as a learning mechanism to assist students in building skills for future careers.
Our program pairs really well with other majors and minors. So there's a class within our program that is for you, no matter what major you're pursuing. If they're not going to major, we'll talk to them about our minor paths. And then also we'll talk about course offerings. So sometimes we get students from engineering and we'll tell them about courses that they can take with us that will pair well with their major.
Villarreal goes on to explain the importance of presence on social media and how it can lead to alternate routes in the world of broadcasting and journalism.
I believe that as long as you're able to create opportunities and be able to film stuff, like social media is such a beautiful thing, right? So if you're going out to events, if you're going to sporting events, if you're covering things like that and able to build a reel and criteria for yourself that you can show to clients, I think that it's the main part of it, you know.
To learn more about the Department of Communication, visit the office in person, on social media, or by calling the numbers on your screen. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Ian Juarez.
If you have a citation or two here at UTRGV, you may be able to pay it off by donating canned food. Parking and Transportation announced that Kindness for Cans has evolved into donations for citations. Students who need to pay off parking citations can donate food or select toiletries and hygiene products. Those donations will be used to support two campus resources, the UTRGV Student Food Pantry and the Office for Advocacy and Violence Prevention Student Toiletry Pantry. Kinesiology sophomore Rayleigh Carvajal and biology sophomore Joanna Carillon shared their opinion on donations to citations.
I guess we get a lot of citations because people don't want to get the parking permit, and the citations just keep on adding up because I have a friend that she does not get it. And it doesn't hurt to just buy, but I think the cans, they had said if you're donating cans, they'll take away points from the citations. I think that will motivate us to bring cans and take away the points from citations instead of actually paying out of our pocket.
I believe it's a good opportunity for students who should take the opportunity to donate food, especially during the government shutdown in which a lot of families in this community have been struggling. So I think it's a good opportunity to donate food and donate the goods before Thanksgiving break.
To waive a citation, a total of 10 points is required. One canned food amounts to 1 point and one toiletry equals 5 points. Students can only waive one citation and its late fees. Take a look at your screen. Some of the accepted cans and toiletries include vegetables, fruits, disposable razors, and other items. Citations that can be waived include not displaying registered license plates, unpaid Luke Pay station, or expired meter, and others. For a full list of citations that may be waived, visit our website, UTRGVTV.com. Donations for citations ends Tuesday, November 18th.
I wish you could waive more than one citation.
Do you have more than one citation?
No, I'm just saying I feel like I've seen a lot of citations around campus.
Well, I think it's a great way to pay off citations and give back to the community.
Exactly. Well, Vaqueros, before we go, Student Media has a special challenge for viewers this week.
A scavenger hunt will take place across these 2 weeks where students must find hidden letters throughout all 4 student media programs and combine them to find the right word.
There will be 2 different words for each week, and the first student to DM the letters to the Student Media Instagram or Facebook will snag a prize. Prizes will be given out to the first 3 students.
Other letters can be found in the Writers, Pulse Magazine, and Vaquero Radio social medias or publications.
One letter has already been hidden in today's newscast, and another will be on our social media next week.
Winners will be announced next Friday.
That's it for us here at KVAQ-TV. Thanks for watching, Vaqueros.
There will be no newscast on Thanksgiving week, but we will be back at 8:30 a.m. Monday, December 1st on VCAST monitors and select social medias.
For KVAQ-TV, Dathan Tervino.
And Desiree Villanueva.
We hope you all have an amazing Thanksgiving break. V's up.